Welcome back to another episode of the Buffalo Happy Hour. Mike, what's going on?
Derek?
Yep.
We have to do ad reads before I forget.
Do it.
Queen City Creative Works, thanks. Addies, thanks. All right, next housekeeping item. No, Queen City Creative Works is doing great things over in Cheek to Vegas / Cheek to Waga. We appreciate them and their continued sponsorship. They actually just built us a shelf that is now featured in Addies on their floor for our Wednesday Whiskey Review bottles. The top shelf is 10% off, so if you walk in the store and then you see that, by all means, scan the QR codes on the top. They are engraved into wood. They do work. It's wild. They do great things, and we appreciate them. And keep supporting the boys. Addies, fine wine and
girls.
Addies, fine wine and spirits. We appreciate their continued partnership in this thing called Life and Business as well. They are located in Williamsville. They have an in-house wine sommelier, and they also have an app that you can download on the Apple App Store and the Google Playground Play Store. And it is the Addies Fine Wine and Spirits app. You can then download it and buy things within New York State and have it shipped right to your door, which is awesome because they have a great selection of wine, vodka, gin, tequilas, whiskey, and vodka seltzers and other RTDs. So that is the way the cookie crumbles. Other housekeeping items, if you are interested in my sweater, follow Designs by Cal.
Well, now we're just throwing out free shout-outs?
Nope. No free shout-outs, but she's a good friend of mine. She's doing good things, and she made me this sweater, and I told her that I was going to wear it on our show, so here we are. And I appreciate her work. It is a red and white tie-dye sweater with the OG white Bills logo and then Bills in capitalized font, obviously, underneath it. So she's doing great things. If you want to follow her on Instagram, feel free. From there, other housekeeping items. We have more pre-orders coming in for our Clonakilty single barrel. If you want to do that, make sure that you download the Addies app, search BHH, select Clonakilty Sauterne barrel release, and pay for it in full on the app, and then pick a date between now and whatever date it allows you to go out to. It'll be available around the first week of March, just in time for St. Paddy's Day. So again, make sure you pay for it in full when you are checking out, and then just select pick up at store, and you'll get notified from there. We still have sweaters for sale. If you want to pick up a sweater, send us a DM. We will then send you a invoice to your email. You can pay the invoice right through your email with a credit card, and then just supply the shipping address inside of that invoice, which it'll be outlined for you. It's very simple and easy to follow, and then we will mail them out to you. So those are all the housekeeping items.
Right now I'm looking up, because we just reviewed this whiskey from Wales.
Yeah.
And on the back, just because we already gave our tasting notes, so I was looking to see how good we were. And it says the finish is sweet notes of toffee and sultana. You know what sultana is?
No, but I guess we were close.
It's grape.
Yeah, we're close. We said sulfur. It's the same thing. Both start with an S.
S-U. Pretty close.
Yeah. We're doing good things.
It's like a raisin from Iran.
That's why we couldn't figure it out.
Right?
Which leads us into our useless fact.
Does it lead us into it, though? Is it about Iran? Or
no,
is it about Ukraine being taken over?
Nope. This I think you'll find interesting. You ready?
Right.
Escaping slaves used to throw balls of fried cornmeal to distract the hounds from tracking them. So slaves that were escaping north, while they were fleeing, would take balls of fried cornmeal and throw it off the trail.
Why?
The dogs, the hounds specifically, which barked all the time when they were on the trail, would then get distracted and eat the balls of fried cornmeal and get thrown off the trail.
Mm.
This is what led to the name Hush Puppies.
Oh, okay.
Which is now a cute little appetizer. All it is. And it's all thanks to escaping slaves.
So are we not allowed to call them hush puppies anymore?
Nope. I think it's a great name and paying homage to them for their
You can't pay homage
their
to anything
intuition.
slavery.
What?
You can't pay homage to anything slavery.
No. I'm paying homage to smart people getting away from bad people by doing smart things.
Canceled.
I support the Underground Railroad.
What?
If somebody wants to cancel me for that, I don't know what to say.
Don't follow the North Star. It's the dumbest phrase in the world.
No, it's not.
Yes, we've talked about this last time.
I know, but it's going to lead you north. And if you're south and you want to go north, then you follow the North Star.
But what if you're north and you want to go south and you follow the North Star? You're dead.
No, you don't. You keep it to your back.
Well, that's not what the phrase says, Michael. It says follow the North Star, not use it as a compass. That's what I'm saying. It's stupid.
It's implied. Anyways.
So, when was the last time you had a hush puppy?
Are you serious? I don't know. Let me check my middle school log.
What is a hush puppy? Just fried cornmeal?
Yeah, basically. Let me look it up.
Is that even a thing anymore?
If they modified the recipe since last time we talked about hush puppies.
Hush puppies are hash browns, but they're not at all. They're completely different.
Hush puppy recipe. Let's see. They got that Tex-Mex hush.
Are you on DuckDuckGo at least?
Yeah. It's allrecipes.com, tasteofhome.com. There's a bunch of different recipes. Let's see. Simple hush puppy recipe. Ooh. Takes 10 minutes to prep, 20 minutes to cook. Serves 12. You can make 24 hush puppies. You need vegetable oil for frying, 3/4 cup milk, an egg, 2 tablespoons of onion, 1 cup of baking mix, 1 cup of cornmeal, and then some salt.
So it's just fried cornmeal.
Yeah. And flour.
You know how unhealthy that has to be for you?
Well, I want to say something and I can't.
Canceled.
Yeah. When you're starving, you don't care how healthy it is, Derek.
It's true.
Yeah. So anyways, what'd you do this week other than battle your sinus pressure from our inclement weather becoming middle of summer weather overnight, causing a ruckus outside?
What did we do this week?
Well, did we talk about golfing yet?
Yeah, we talked about golfing and how disastrous that was.
Yep. We had another interview.
We went to Jamie's for the Super Bowl. Mm-hmm. I hung out with them for the Super Bowl.
That's right. Super Bowl happened.
The game wasn't that fun, though.
No.
It's kind of boring. Like,
it was defensive heavy.
I'm not trying to say anything like, oh, yeah, our team's better. But our team would have crushed either of those.
And I believe everyone knows that. I don't like how they took the extra step in the Super Bowl this year to be extra focused on making money.
Yeah.
It was not anything. I mean, it had nothing to do with the game.
Oh, yeah, no.
Nothing.
No.
It was ads. It was performances. It was people getting their ROIs. I'm like, this is so dumb. It's so commercialized now that it's not even about the game, and it's so annoying. It was evident that the game was second to everything else going on around it. So
I want your opinion on this because you clearly loved the halftime show and I hated it. But
I thought you were going to say, is California still in a state of emergency?
No.
But anyways, go on.
Well, that too. We can talk about that after. But your boy, Eminem, kneeled down for a minute doing some social justice warrior shit. And the NFL kicked Colin Kaepernick out of the entire league because he was doing that. But they brought him in, Eminem, to do his little performance center stage in the Super Bowl because of money. Doesn't that piss you off a little bit? Because that pisses me off a lot.
Why does it piss you off?
Because it's just contradictory. If you're going to have a stance, then keep the stance regardless of the money. Like, that's dumb. Like, clearly it brought more people in because Eminem, for some reason, is thought of as a hero. And it brought a lot of people in. But, like, then bring Kaepernick back in if that's your stance. You know?
In what regard? What would he be, an athlete? Because he sucks playing quarterback.
He didn't, though. His first year, he was good. He led them to the NFC Championship.
Yeah, right. And then he got bumped down to a backup, and then he was, like,
behind
irrelevant.
Alex Smith, yeah, I know.
Yeah, because he sucks at quarterback.
Or Blaine Gabbert it was, right?
Yeah, it was literally a no one.
Yeah.
So,
but, I mean, he was decent. I mean, he would be a fine backup. I would take him as a backup over most backups right now. Like, outside of Trubisky. I'm not saying I like Kaepernick.
Mitchie Biscuits is a ridiculous backup.
Oh,
is Fitzmagic. Ridiculous backup. Anyways, I love the halftime show because I grew up blasting all that music.
So did you like the halftime show because it brought back memories, or did you like the halftime show because you thought it was good? because
no, it wasn't that good.
It was terrible.
Yeah, I mean, from a performance standpoint, it wasn't that good. They had like weird cube houses that no one knew what was going on.
And half the stadium couldn't even see because they were houses. And the whole back of it was blocked off.
Yeah,
so
correct.
people were taking pictures of the back of it like this is a sweet halftime show. It's like, yeah, I know. Everyone's facing the other side. It was so dumb.
Yeah. I don't like the execution of the halftime
but
show.
You just like all the popular people when you were a kid being in the same place performing. Like that, the idea of that is exciting.
Well, because that's never happened.
Right, sure.
Like that lineup's never happened, which is really cool.
Yeah. But I feel like most of people are like saying, "Oh, that was the best halftime show ever." It's like it really wasn't, though.
No, it wasn't.
Terrible.
Yeah, it wasn't. It wasn't the best halftime show ever. In regards to the execution of their performances, like it wasn't. I don't know. Also, though, it wasn't stereotypical halftime show. Like one stage, kind of in the end zone or whatever, and then everyone can see it from every angle. That kind of a thing where you're a performer, like how they do concerts in stadiums.
Yeah.
But I don't know, man. It was just awesome to hear the music live.
Yeah, I never really was a fan of that music anyway.
What did you? I mean, was it just all emo for you growing up?
Yeah, for the most part. Like Blink-182, Sum 41. Like when I was younger, it was all that. It was never Eminem. It was never Dr. Dre. It was never Snoop Dogg. I never liked Snoop Dogg, ever. I just don't. I'm not a huge fan of that type of music in general.
Yeah.
Like rap in general, I'm not a fan of it.
Why?
Because it doesn't make any sense to me. Most of the rap that I was exposed to didn't have any rhyming. It didn't make any sense. It was all sex, drugs, and alcohol. And it's just like, this is stupid. It doesn't relate to me, which was the whole, like, I want music that relates to me. And when I was skating, which is what I was doing all throughout my childhood, I wanted skating music. I never was into rap or anything. So that's why, like, the halftime show was just like, it's whatever. Take it or leave it with me.
Yeah.
I was fine. But then everybody that was like, oh, Eminem's there. It's like he got like 3 seconds. And then it was on to Nelly. Or who was that random dude that was there? That was like 4'4". The one dude that didn't fit at all.
What,
in
Kendrick?
those guys. Yeah, Kendrick Lamar. He got like 4 minutes after, or right before Eminem. And it's like, who are you? What are you doing here?
Kendrick made almost no sense, but that's fine. Okay, I'm going to say it. I don't feel bad for making a joke about 50 Cent gaining weight. I called him $1.
I thought that was an inflation joke, and I started laughing so
No. It had nothing to do with inflation. It had everything to do with the fact that, and I understand he's 46 years old.
He's a thickum.
Body shame. Shut up. It's obvious he gained weight. We're all going to acknowledge the fact that he gained weight. It's not like he's not in control. He doesn't have a thyroid problem. He's fine. And he's not unhealthy. He's just gained weight since the last time we've seen 50 perform. If you can't handle that and then you want to reverse it and try to, be the social justice warrior and have this massive stance of you're better than pound salt. Everyone's making the same friggin' joke. Move on, and if it bothers you, just keep scrolling. You don't have to sit there on your pedestal. It's just shut up. I hate it, man. It's
Why
so
was he
annoying.
hanging upside down in the first place?
Because that's what he did in the music video of Into Club.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, which is still one of the greatest albums ever. Get Rich or Die Trying is one of the greatest albums in our generation, without question.
For rap, yeah.
Yeah. Obviously, Eminem is a different league, where he sold platinum every single time. But, I mean, there's just certain things you can't even parallel it with. Like, there's great bands that we grew up listening to, like Chevelle, right? Awesome music. It's hard rock. They've got a ton of different hits. A lot of dudes know them. A lot of girls know them, like, etc. Mm-hmm. You can't compare that to Metallica. Like, Metallica sold like 4.6 billion more albums than you did. So it's just not even in the same stratosphere. Mm-hmm. That's where Eminem is. He's just so up there. Like, there's no way to even come close. There's Eminem and there's everybody else.
Yeah. So do you think the NFL booked all of these performers to drive traffic in to make more money?
No.
No?
No.
Oh, I do.
They've just made so much money with their television things, with Amazon and everything else. They're like, it's $1 billion deal. They didn't bring them in for money.
Oh, I think they did.
Nah.
Why
they were going to make money anyways.
Well, yeah, but even you said, like, the ads were out of control. Like, they're in the business to make money. I feel like they brought in so everybody would watch. It was the highest rated Super Bowl like people watching it.
Yeah.
I think that they did it for money. There's no other reason why you would bring in 6 performers that all are like.
Well, they've never done it before.
Exactly. So why not do it and bring everybody like all the money in? I think it was all a money thing.
So if they do an all country lineup, and everyone loses their bananas over that, then is that for money?
Probably. Would you rather have one performer, or would you have 6 performers performing one song?
Nah, just send it. Everybody.
See, not for me.
And we're not. I can't even talk about it. The whole California thing and like 6 performer. Like if we're really worried about this thing, are we really gonna have 6 performers and background dancers? And stop. Just stop the madness.
It's all a money thing.
I know.
They were never going to move it because it's too much money for California.
Right.
It's a disaster.
Yeah, and California's lost.
Billions and billions of people.
Can we try to quantify that with the amount of people that left the state forever? Right? All that tax money. The small businesses that just got destroyed. Mandates. Yeah, there was no way. So the state's just going to turn a blind eye and say everything's normal.
Yeah, there's no way that any reporting will be accurate about it because it'll shine bad light on it.
No one's going to come back in 4 months and ask, was there a spike post Super Bowl in COVID cases? Nobody's going to ask that question. And you damn know everything went up. If this is, whatever. I can't do it, man.
But the game in general wasn't very good.
No.
Like the Rams and Bengals, it was just a bad game.
Yeah.
And I hate that Joe Burrow is now like, he's an MVP. It's like, come on.
How is he an MVP?
I don't know. That's what the sports analysts are saying. They're like, Joe Burrow is an MVP caliber quarterback. It's like, shut up. No, he's not.
No, he's not. Aaron Rodgers is.
Correct. Josh Allen is.
Yeah,
Pat
that too.
Mahomes sometimes is.
Tom Brady was too.
Yeah. Do you think he's going to stay retired?
I hope so.
That's not what I asked.
Next question. Yeah, I do. I think his wife is just like, we're over it, man. We don't need it.
Do you think Aaron Donald's going to retire?
Maybe after 30. Next year. Maybe I don't. He shouldn't.
Yeah.
Like,
he's retiring 14 years before Tom Brady retired.
I don't think he should.
No.
I don't think he should at all. And he's in fine shape. There's nothing broken. The dude's an animal. Leave it alone.
It's not like J.J. Watt. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if J.J. Watt retires.
If J.J. Watt won a Super Bowl this season, I could see him retiring. Yeah. Especially because he's got his brother. He could, like, help his brother out, like, whatever. But I don't know. I don't see him retiring at all.
What about Sean McVay? That came out, too.
Well, yeah, because he's exhausted.
Yeah.
And he's open about that.
Yeah. Because
coaching takes everything out of him. And I guess he's got a bunch of big things that he wants to do off the field. So, I don't know. There's more to life than football to him. But his whole family's football.
Yeah.
He's part of that line.
It's wild. Mm-hmm. I wonder if we're going to see that more. Like if Andrew Luck kind of opened the door for people being open about them literally being exhausted and defeated and they're retiring young. Because I feel like it didn't happen much and then Andrew Luck did it and now everyone's open about it and considering retiring.
Same with Calvin Johnson. He retired early.
Did he?
Oh my God, yeah.
How old was he when he retired?
He retired and then he went back to college and finished his engineering degree. And a lot of it, which most people didn't know until later.
Megatron?
Yeah. Until later, once he talked about it, it was all injury related. He couldn't even lift his foot because his foot and his ankle was destroyed. And he was worried about concussions. So
he was 31.
Yeah, in his prime, though.
What?
In his prime, though.
What do you mean?
When he left, he was still crushing it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Same with Barry Sanders.
Yeah, but, like, do you think Calvin Ridley's coming back?
I don't know. I haven't been following that at all.
Well, he just, like, got up and left, like, a quarter into the season because of mental health issues. Like, good for him for saying I have to better myself, but I don't know if he's coming back. And now they're saying that Joe Burrow is going to be the next Andrew Luck because he's just going to get molested behind the line of scrimmage because Cincinnati can't fix their O-line.
Yeah, right.
Zach Taylor just got extended until 2026. That's kind of cool.
What?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Or 2028, one of the two. 2026?
Their head coach, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Dude, he was on the chopping block for a while.
Yeah.
But he just told the ownership, please be patient. So our special team, Bill's News, our special teams coach or coordinator got fired.
Mm-hmm.
So there was a lot of discussion going back and forth about the final kick for kickoff in overtime.
Mm-hmm.
And McDermott would always say just lack of execution. And that's it. That's all he said. So now, since the special teams coach got fired, everyone thinks that it fell on him.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why he got canned. Which, okay. So now what? And Frazier hasn't left yet. We still got Frazier.
I'm kind of interested in that.
Yeah, he hasn't gotten hired, which is, I was convinced. With 9 openings, how did he not get hired yet? But
there is still, 5 openings or 4 openings still?
Yeah.
Something like that?
Yeah. But they're moving.
Yeah.
It's crazy. What if we get Frazier back?
I've been saying this too for a while. Our defense wasn't as great as we made it out to be. We played some bad teams this year. Like the teams that we shut out, you and I could have gotten on the field and shut them out. Like they were that bad. And I'm not saying that our defense isn't good because it's amazing, but it's not a top 1 defense. It's just we played some really bad teams that continued to spike our stats. That's my thorough belief. And I think that was exposed during the Kansas City game. I mean, you're playing a good team, obviously, and Kansas City's going to put up points. But we had terrible execution on defense that entire game. That game was bad from a defense standpoint. So I bet that's probably why he's been getting or not getting offers is because people are like, well, what is Buffalo's defense really? I think that our defense is good, and next year we're going to come out and prove that it's good, but it's not. It was not a top 1 defense last year. Do you think it was? Like, dude, first 5 games...
We can't do anything about schedule strength. It is what it is.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. But, I mean, schedule strength, we had, one of the easiest schedules in the league last year? So that's obviously
we didn't know that until
stats.
mid-season.
Right. But that's obviously going to pad the stats.
Yeah, but, you can't... It's the NFL. Like, what are you going to do?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You can't do anything about it.
Right, but I don't think that we were a top 1 defense. Like we could have been if we played all the teams in the league, it wouldn't have been if we played a different schedule, we wouldn't have been top 1. Or the top. I keep saying top 1 like there's another top.
Well then do you think just that whoever gets the easiest is gonna be on the top of the list?
If their defense is good, yeah. It should be. But I don't think that our defense was the best defense in the NFL. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So but next year, hopefully it will be. I mean, we get Trey back. Hopefully we win next year because maybe we didn't win this year because we wanted Trey to be a part of the celebration, like be on the field for it, That's what I'm hanging my hat on.
Is it?
Yeah, we're already favorites for next year. That's kind of cool. Everybody knows that Buffalo should have been in the Super Bowl.
I know.
Everybody.
I know. It just really chaps my rump that we weren't.
You.
Ew.
David.
But yeah,
What'd you do for the Super Bowl? Besides ditched me. So we were at a friend's diaper party, and Tyler, I'm not going to say a friend because he is a friend, but he listens to this. So Tyler, we were at your diaper party, obviously, and I look over to you and I'm like, "What time you want us over tomorrow?" And you look at me and your face is like, "What do you mean?" Dude, I immediately started laughing because you are the type of person that has everything written down, and you're so mad when things like aren't perfect. So when I told you what time you want us over tomorrow, and then you looked at your phone and you saw that it was in the calendar, but you forgot, you were devastated for the rest of the night.
And the next day.
So I just kept bringing it up. But what did you end up doing?
We went to my brother and sister-in-law's for the game. We haven't seen them in forever because they were in Aruba for a wedding that got canceled because of COVID, but they still went. And then when they came home, they had COVID. So they had to go through that. And then there was a bunch of stuff going on where... we were trying to link up since Christmas, and it just didn't work out because of their schedules, and then our schedule as well is super busy with the podcast and everything else. So it kept getting pushed, and then I was working at the time, and Colleen asked me, she shot me a text, and she goes, "What are the plans for the Super Bowl?" And I was like, "Nothing." And then she said, "Okay, because we just got texted about watching it at Jamie and Mike's, and I was like, okay. And then I just kept going. Like I'm driving. Like I'm doing. Like I'm not there.
Yeah.
And I didn't. Nothing registered. Nothing in my head registered about the fact that 2 weeks prior to that, you and I already made plans for the Super Bowl. So I'm sitting there at the diaper party. You tell me, my face goes white. I'm like immediately nauseous, and I start sweating. And then I was like, "Oh my God! Well, I'm double booked. I don't know what to do. I really just don't know what to do." And then I was like, "I forgot. I forgot. It's my fault. I forgot." And then you said it's fine. And then within like 32 seconds, you already had other plans. I'm like, okay, so I don't feel as bad, but still I feel awful. And then we went there. They made 3 different pizzas from scratch.
Nice.
And then apps, obviously, and then Kelly made cookies, and they made whipped cream, and then we ate that, and then had a bunch of drinks, and then went home and fell asleep. And I was miserable because it was 10:30, and I'm like asleep by 9 o'clock. Mm-hmm. So being up until 10:30 was the worst.
So did you watch the full game?
Yeah.
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 What do you think about Cooper Kupp being named Super Bowl MVP?
I mean, he's kind of the reason that they scored in general.
Yeah.
Like, he kept drives alive with his catches, but then he also had the game-winning touchdown.
Normally it's a quarterback, right? Like, statistically, normally it's a quarterback.
Yeah, but dude, they would have gotten there without Cooper Kupp.
Absolutely, 100%.
That's why he's the MVP. Yeah. I'm fine with it.
There's nobody that's done what he's done in a season before. Like
it's also the longest season.
He still would have got it before the 17 games instead of 18.
I hope so.
No, before that last game, he already had it. But he got the Triple Crown. He got the Super Bowl MVP, and then what else did he get? He got 3 things.
Oh, wasn't he offensive MVP?
Oh, Pro Bowl. First ballot Pro Bowl. Yeah. That's wild.
It's a good season.
I don't remember him being that good last year.
I do.
Not like that level, though. Do you think Robert Woods going down helped him, though?
Without a doubt.
But then you bring in OBJ. I feel so bad for OBJ.
Why?
Tearing another ACL?
He got the ring. I would tear an ACL for a Super Bowl. I would do a lot of weird things for a Super Bowl. So would Mike Vrabel.
That's true.
Okay. Yeah. I still had a couple good catches. I still ran the ball.
But still, I'm interested to see if he comes back.
He will.
That's 2 ACL injuries on the same knee in less than or just over a year.
He's fine. He's fine. Change your socks, drink some water, take an ibuprofen.
It's wild, dude. I feel bad for him.
Yeah, I mean, I do too. But at the end of the day, he got what he wanted in his career, and, it's fine.
I feel bad for him in general because he is a generational talent, and he's just been...
He got destroyed.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's okay. He's not...
Did you
I don't think he's going away.
Someone is considering retiring. Marquise Brown, wide receiver for the Raiders, or Ravens. Tom just told me this morning, could be wrong, but I don't trust anything Tom says, but Marquise Brown is considering retiring to be a professional gamer.
All right, so next topic of discussion. What do you want to...
There's a lot of people doing that, though.
Yeah, I can see Eckert doing that, too.
Who?
Eckert? Yeah, the Chargers running back.
Oh, Eckler, yeah.
Eckler,
yeah.
Nailed it.
And there's someone else.
Because he streams on Twitch.
Yeah, there's
constantly.
Another. Who else does that? There's a bunch of them that do that.
Yeah.
A couple running backs. I mean, it's cool, I guess. You have some free time, do it.
Taylor Lewan and Will Compton are going to be full-time podcast dudes.
Yeah.
So.
When are they going to retire? Taylor Lewan has had a lot of injuries. I wouldn't be surprised if he retires soon, right?
And the Titans already paid him his guaranteed money. So, realistically, he could get cut.
Yeah.
But, I don't know. I don't know what their depth is at that position for left tackle, but I don't think he's going to go anywhere.
Do you think if he gets cut, he's retiring and he wouldn't play for another team, or do you think he'll still play?
He'll get picked up, I'm sure. Yeah.
Well, no, I'm saying like him personally. Do you think he wants to play for another team? I don't follow him at all.
I think he does. Yeah. Will Compton does too, but he's going into his 10th year. But we'll see. He bounces between the Ravens and the Titans. Mm-hmm. It's a riot. But he's just a super likable guy. He's perfect for special teams, and then he can fill in at linebacker and make some. He can ball out. But it's interesting to see. But they're just trying to grow their show, and they linked up with Barstool. They had the Barstool effect, and now they're rocking house with Bussin'. But they have a lot of really cool plans. There's a lot that they have to do while they're still playing.
Why do you think they linked up with Barstool? Because Barstool owns the rights to their podcast. Like, that kind of sucks.
Exposure, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, but their contract is up soon.
I wonder if they have the ability to just, like, take it and go, though.
Probably. I'm sure. I mean, they're not that dumb.
Yeah.
You know, by any means.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what the
because
but then again,
they
neither is Barstool,
travel.
though. Barstool's not that dumb either. They might not let them do that.
I don't know.
That's the problem.
Mm-hmm. Well, Pat McAfee was linked up with Barstool for a minute.
Yeah.
And then he was able to get out and do his thing. Now he's got that huge deal with FanDuel. But I don't know. I like it. I like that people
When's our deal coming?
Listen. I need it. I need it before this spring, tell you that.
Yeah.
Need to put some money into the house. All these projects. But yeah, it's really cool that guys are just taking chances and trying to grow their own thing and not falling into the whole I'll just be an anchor somewhere for a network. Like, that's, I don't know. I like that they're kind of doing their own thing.
Yeah. I feel like being an anchor or doing something like that works if you put your time in and you are retiring under good circumstances and you just want to still be part of the game. Like, that's like Drew Brees.
Mm-hmm.
I have a lot of respect for Drew Brees leaving the game and being an anchor. And he's damn good at it, too.
Yeah, he's better than Romo.
Same with Peyton and Eli. Like, I like their Monday night thing that they do. I think it's so interesting.
Yeah.
And I'm happy that they got picked up for, what, 2 more seasons? 3 more seasons, something like that? That's pretty cool. What do you think about Amazon now being the exclusive Thursday Night Football place?
I mean, how do you watch it then?
Amazon Prime.
That's the only way to watch the game on Thursday?
I think so. Luckily, I have it, so I'll share my login with you.
I think we have it too. Well, any of them, or aren't there tiers to it, like Hulu?
I don't think so. Not that I know of. I mean, maybe I'm just paying a ton of money for, like, the highest tier. But I thought there's only one tier.
We got to look that up.
Do you have an Amazon Prime account?
Colleen does, yeah.
Oh, then you're fine. Because I have one and I can still watch it.
Yeah, but sometimes there's stuff on Amazon that we can't watch.
Yeah, but this is the base. This is base Amazon Prime that you can watch these games. I watched Amazon Prime for Thursday night games the whole last, like, 2 seasons when it was on there. I never watched on anything else.
Okay.
It's freaking hot in here, dude. Things are blowing right on my jeans.
Hold on. When it comes to the NFL, let's see. Let me scroll through all this. So Amazon Prime members and on Amazon Prime Video is the only way to get Thursday Night Football games. So it's a 15-game exclusive. Okay, so it's a Thursday Night Football package. It'll debut in 2022, a year earlier than previously announced. Amazon made history last month when it became the first all-streaming provider to agree to carry a weekly package of NFL games. The technology giant's paying $1 billion per season for the exclusive rights. Amazon's deal will now run 11 years, matching the length of the Sunday and Monday packages acquired by Disney, Comcast, Viacom, CBS, and Fox. The Prime Video package is for 15 Thursday night games and 1 preseason game each season. So if you have NFL Network on the NFL app, that doesn't mean that you can see the Thursday Night Football games. It might not be an option moving forward. We look forward to bringing Thursday Night Football exclusively to Prime members in 2022, said Marie Donahue, who's VP of Global Sports Video at Amazon. This expedited deal is an immediate differentiator for use as a service, as it gives Prime members exclusive access to the most popular sport in the United States. That's insane. The keyword being exclusive. For those wondering, a Prime Video membership is $9 a month, but it also is included with Amazon Prime cost, which is $13 a month or $120 a year. Mm-hmm. Interesting. I mean, it's so stupid. Like, what's wrong with 247 to have a game?
Well, they were never on. Thursday Night Football was never on 247 either. It was all ESPN, right? Or NFL Network, one of the two.
Depending on, yeah, basically.
247's Monday night.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder why they started breaking those up. I mean, obviously it's for money. But, like, why not just have everything on local?
I know.
It's a football game.
Yeah, right.
Don't you get paid enough?
And that's the thing. Like, when's enough? And then it's always area specific anyways. Like, we're not going to get, the Cardinals and whoever, Yeah.
If it conflicts with our game, yeah.
Well, right, yeah. Yeah, like Sunday, 1 o'clock, we're not going to get the Cardinals and Cowboys. We're going to get the Bills and the Jets.
Or even if we're not even playing at 1, we'll get friggin' New England versus Pittsburgh or something stupid.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to watch that. I want to watch real football. Oh, my goodness. The COO of the Rams just came out and said Sean McVay is ready to defend our title, so he's coming back.
Interesting.
Yeah.
He's smart.
Mm-hmm.
He's got good memory.
It's tough, though, man. I mean, you can only imagine how stressful that job is. I mean, he's got a dude solely to bring him back from the field. Did you ever see those videos where the ref's running down the sidelines and the guy's like, whoop, Sean, step back?
Yeah. Yeah, the pullback. Yeah, it's crazy.
It's so funny. Like, that's a real dude's job.
Do you blame him?
I do it. No, dude, I'd touch Sean McVay, too.
Well, no, not that.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, me too. But, like, if you were a coach, yeah, that'd be extremely difficult to stay on the sidelines. There's too much...
And you get a penalty if you step on the field, so it's an important thing to do.
Yeah.
Okay, so who was that nerd that partied with the Bengals when they scored that touchdown and he ran on the field like he did something, like the equipment guy? Remember that when they scored the touchdown?
Flip-flops?
Yeah, and he just ran on the field like celebrating something. It's like, dude, what are you doing? You just cost your team a penalty. Get on the sideline. You didn't do anything.
Right, and they lost.
Yeah.
So now how do you feel?
Right.
Trash. Did you see the one guy got a tattoo? 2022 Super Bowl champs. Unbelievable. He was like, should have waited till after the game. You think?
Duh. Dude, It was never a given.
Right.
It was more of a given that the Rams would win over the Bengals.
I'm with you on that. I didn't think... I mean, I just didn't see the Bengals coming up with a way to defend against Aaron Donald in the stretch because he gets better as the game goes. Mm-hmm. I just didn't see it. Their offensive line was too weak. There was just too much happening for the Rams.
How many times was he was sacked? 40 times this year? 90 times this year? What was it?
Yeah, I mean, 9 alone against the Titans.
So it was probably 90 times this year, the most of any quarterback in a single season. That has to do something on somebody, and he was injured last year.
Yeah.
Torn ACL last year?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's got to be careful.
I mean, how careful can you be? Just throw it away every time so you don't die?
Yeah.
You know, like somebody's job has got to get fired over that. That's insanity. And it's your franchise guy.
Yeah.
And you know he's good. So now what? You're just going to let him get pummeled?
Did you see Jamar Chase went up to Burrow's neighbor and was like, I want to buy your house, name the price. So now he's Burrow's neighbor.
Where did this... Oh, my God.
Best friends. But that's why I love Allen, is like, he can get hit, and he just like gets up and he's like, whoa. Let's go.
I know.
Like, I want to get hit.
I
Coach
know,
is like, all right, relax a little bit.
Yeah.
We still need you healthy.
He's very similar to Big Ben.
Yeah.
Very similar to Big Ben.
I just hope he doesn't start running like Big Ben when he turns 32.
Or going into weird stalls and bathrooms. Yeah, if we could shy away from that, appreciate that, Josh Allen. But yeah, it's wild, man. But okay, so on the docket, future plans for us.
We have Whiskey Riot coming up next weekend.
Oh no, this weekend.
Well, yeah, this weekend. We have my driver fitting coming up this weekend too. Stoked about that, dude. And then we have 13 Monkeys tasting thing coming up soon.
Did you buy that?
I did not.
Derek,
I got to.
You have one job. You're the CFO.
One
bro.
job. Okay. I got to do that.
Yeah, we have to.
You have your medallion at home, right?
Shut.
Okay. So, yeah, I'll buy that tonight or tomorrow or right before. So we have that coming up. We have that. We have... What else do we have? I feel like we have more stuff.
Yeah, we got interviews, obviously, and then I leave.
Yeah, true. We're going to have to start double doing interviews and episodes. Try to get some backlog for when you leave.
Well, it's only 1 week.
So if I'm wearing the same shirt, mind your business. Okay?
No, it's fine. Yeah,
we got like Wednesday Whiskey Reviews all the way up until 2024 at this point, so...
I know, dude. It's so funny because... So for those that don't know, I'm taking over some serious responsibilities regarding our content. And I asked you, I was just like, need a reminder for what goes live, what doesn't. And then you send it, and then I do it, which is great. I like that system because there's just like, I'm going to post the wrong one. And you're like, Mike, that's next week. So I'm going to skip getting yelled at. But
they're all labeled, though.
Doesn't matter. You sent me the ones that had to go live and then go to Patreon, and I was like, that was forever ago.
Yeah.
Like, we're only there. And then we post so many videos, I'm like scrolling trying to find them. I'm like, this is insane. You know, we have 400, at time of filming, 419 videos on YouTube.
We're still not monetized, people, so help us out a little bit.
419 videos. That's ridiculous.
What do we want the future of this channel to be? Can we talk about that right now? I also wanted to talk about something else, so we don't have to talk about that if you don't want to.
Wait, one more time?
Huh? Who? What do you want we can either talk about two things. We're at 40 minutes. We might have time for both, but what do you want the future of this channel to be? And also friendship. Those are the two topics that I want to talk about.
Friendship? You're stuck with me for life.
No,
you think you have a choice?
I'm not saying I'm divorcing you. I'm talking about well, do you want to talk about it or do you want to talk about the future of the channel?
No.
Now
we're talking about friendship. What are you talking about?
No, I just wanted to have an overall conversation because you and I were talking about a little bit ago on how Colleen said, when I first met you, you had so many friends and now your circle's super small. So I wanted to talk about what you think about trying to have as many friends as possible when you were younger, and now you're like, I got 2 people and I'm fine with this. That's what I wanted to talk about.
Do you remember what I told you, Derek? There's 50 seats on a bus and 2 seats in a Lambo for a reason.
That's why I wanted to have this conversation. Bring it up to the people.
Yeah, well...
You want to talk about that or you want to talk about the future of the channel?
No, you already asked that. I'm talking about friendship. Yes, and it's not that... So, basically... I don't know why it happened. I have no ill will. We've talked about it before. I have no ill will. I don't have anything bad to say about anybody. No bridges burned. Everyone's kind of, this is the age. Until 35, everyone's just grinding, trying to figure out their career, and then what their life is before kids, and then they have kids, and then it's it. Work, kids, hobby. Work, kid, and that's it. And then you throw in a vacation when you can, because in America, we work far more than we're supposed to. So... it's not that I don't have a lot of friends or no people or whatever. It's just I see the same 3 people.
Yeah.
And it is what it is. I see you 6 days a week. Love that for me. And then I have 2 other close friends, and then that's it. Some of my friends moved. Now they're in Syracuse or whatever. It is what it is. But yeah, we're just working, man.
Is that a sign of maturity? Is to dwindle down your friend group?
In certain aspects of it, yeah, because you're gonna weed out
people that don't have the same goals as you.
That negativity, things like that. But there's also the best man at my wedding. I just don't see him as much as I did before just because I'm doing this, he's doing this, right. And then we're just trying to figure it out. There's a lot going on. So if I can link up with him somewhere, then we'll do that. But it's just tough.
Yeah.
But I think a lot of it too is people know oh, he's busy. I'm not even going to reach out. He's busy. And it's, it's nuts.
I feel bad because people text me and they're like, what are you up to? I'm like, dude, I'm just busy. That's all my response is because it's just, one, not worth explaining everything because there's way too much going on and it would be a very long conversation. And 2, I'm just busy. I don't know what else to tell you. It's just a blanket statement. I'm busy. I'm busy and I'm tired. That's what it comes down to.
No doubt.
But I feel for me, one, I didn't want friends in high school because I hated high school. But after that, in college, I tried to have as much friends as I possibly could. And in elementary school, in middle school, I had as many friends as I possibly could. And my parents would always make fun of me Derek, everybody's a best friend to you. I'm like, yeah, I know, because I just love people. Now I hate people. But anyway, besides the point. So high school, didn't want anybody. Just went to work, went home, had friends at work, and that was it. And then when I graduated high school and I got into motorcycles, I was everyone's my friend again. If you have a bike, I'm a friend of yours. And then I'm okay, well, some of these people don't have the same ambitions as I do. So maybe I don't want to be your best friend. I'll still be friends with you, but I'm not going to hang out with you 6 days a week like you because we don't have the same ambitions going on, So now you're back down to I got 4 or 5, maybe 6 friends at most that I'm super, super close with on a daily basis. 6 friends.
It's all circles.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's all circles. I have my ride or dies inner circle. That's 3 total people. Mm-hmm. And then I have a circle outside of that. And it's just, that's how it goes. The circle goes out, the ripple effect, everyone's in their ring, and that's where we're at. That's why our logo is also a circle.
Oh, yeah.
And in the middle, you cheers.
Salud.
Wow, that's deep. So everyone's out here, but if you're in the inner circle, you're cheersing to your success because you just worked for it.
In the 716 too.
Yeah, and there's only 2 glasses.
Cheers to that, bud.
Well, I'm empty because I'm thirsty. No, it's fine. It's
sure?
fine. Yeah, I got too much to do after this. It's fine.
Cheers.
Cheers. Cheers. I like reaching. Oh, there it is.
There you go. Oh, I nailed it. It felt so good.
Future of our channel, I agree with you. So effective immediately, our weekly episodes are for Patreons only. No, we would love to do that and then do 2 interviews a week, except we don't have the bandwidth yet.
Yeah, that's the goal. So everybody, we've been talking about this for a while. What we are as a company,
like a year and
as
a half.
podcast, is figuring out what we want to focus on and figuring out how we want to expand Buffalo Happy Hour. We're not just a podcast anymore. And I think that that's important for people to understand. Like, we're not just a podcast.
No.
We're a multimedia company at this point.
Makes me want to vomit.
Right? How do you feel about that?
I don't like it.
How do you feel that the thing that we're trying to get away from, which is social media, is our business now?
Well, it's...
Like, does that feel good for you?
No, I want to live in the woods. I do, Derek. I want to live in the woods.
But we post on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube like 7 days a week.
Correct.
Like, we are what we're trying to get away from.
But that's the only way to grow this thing is on that stupid interwebs, which is fine. But, yeah, I mean, it's just wild, man. It's a lot of content. I got a text about that the other day. They're like, how many times, who's in charge of all this? Who's posting all this? I'm like, dude, sometimes it's both of us, but otherwise it's me, and then, like, Derek's doing all the editing. Like, it's a joint venture of hatred, man. Like, There's just so much to do. Like, I was this morning, I knew I had to get 2 posts out. I'm just like, why do I have to do 2 posts? Because it was talked about during this, and it released today, so I'm just going to push it out. So I push out the info about ordering our single barrel. And then it's Wednesday, so I know what the interview's on Friday, so I got to post it. Like, we need a whiteboard. Yeah. We need an assistant.
Yeah, we need an intern.
We need staff. I'm tired. We need shipping.
We should look...
You can't. We already did.
I know, but I feel like we're established enough now where...
It's illegal.
How?
Dude, we don't even know how to file taxes. You want to bring someone on? Are you nuts?
How can other places do it, though?
Because they're...
Don't say real, because we're real.
I know that, Derek. But we don't have the real numbers to back up the reality of what's going on.
I don't like that answer.
Oh, well, that's what it is. We're in the gray area. We're on the precipice of greatness. And we just got to keep grinding until it works out. Or somebody just volunteers to do some of this insanity.
And get no benefits from it.
Literally. Yeah.
Because we don't get benefits from it.
Correct. Like Tom. Tom just says yes and hates his life and then drinks like a triple IPA to get through it. Correct. And then he's like, okay, that's off my list and I never want to do that again.
But he's so annoying because he's so good that it takes him like 2 seconds to do it.
Yeah, I know.
Like our sweatshirts. I love the phrase on our sweatshirts. It's so simple, but drink whiskey, listen to podcasts. I can guarantee you that took him like a second to come up with. He's like, they like whiskey, podcast, drink whiskey, listen to podcasts. And then it was it. That's on our shirt forever.
Yeah, right.
It's so annoying.
Yeah, it is.
For how comfy are our sweaters, though?
I know, they're amazing.
They're comfy.
Yeah, they are. Very soft. Oversized.
I don't ever want to wash it.
You're going to have to, but yeah. You don't have to for the longest time, especially if you have something underneath it. Yeah. But I just wear a wife beater sometimes under it because it's so soft. I want to feel the softness. Right. But, yeah, I mean, dude, there's so much work every single merchandise batch. Mm-hmm. It's so much work.
So, kind of going back to the future of our channel, we've talked about this. We want to do weekly episodes for patrons only. So, if you want to get in on the ground floor, it's not going to happen for a year or so. Because in order for us to do that, we need to be full-time with this. And that's not going to happen for like 17 years.
Yeah, I was going to say a year or so for what? Because we can't quit our jobs.
So, effective immediately, Mike and I are terminating our employment at our jobs. No. But that's the goal of this, is because we want to be able to provide the general public of Buffalo more interviews. That is our bread and butter. That is what people like to see. They like to see the behind the scenes of interviews. They like to do all that stuff. The weekly episodes are for fans. That's what it comes down to, because they're not a lot of traction because we talk. It's just basically you and I talking. So if you like us talking, hit the like button. But it should be saved for patrons in the long run, right?
Well, yeah. There's so many things we want to do for Patreon members, and it's hilarious. It's just having the bandwidth of two dudes that are also full-time employed to do it. But it's fine. It literally makes my eye twitch.
Yeah. But that's it, man.
Because then we got to keep our wives happy, which is the never-ending task of our lives.
But praise
God.
the Lord that they are both
supportive,
understanding and supportive. Because if they weren't, this could be bad. We've been doing this for 2.5 years, and we haven't made any money.
We'd be divorced.
This. Yeah. Eventually it'll pay off.
Subscribe, everyone. Like, comment, follow.
You can see the pain in Mike's eyes.
We need help. No, it's realistically, we have grown a lot in the subscriber category on YouTube channel. We're up to 456, which is great, but we were supposed to be at 500 by the new year. So it's fine. We're growing. We're doing good things. Praise God. And we will see you all next week for another fun-filled episode that includes a useless fact. And you will see snippets of this interview coming up, as well as you will see snippets of this weekly episode posted on our social media platforms. So thank you, everyone. We will see you next week.
Thank you, everybody. Please remember, if you're going to be drinking with us during these episodes, we highly recommend it because we do talk about some random topics, so you might need a drink to get you through it. But we highly recommend that you drink responsibly. Be a good person. And Michael,
do not litter.
We're out.